Do you think that as a modern at this age or at this time, is someone that should be considered?
For me, that question, I don't think it should be possible because he himself knows that he's not fit. He's not been playing actively, and we need active players to be called to our national teams.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of Sports Chat. We'll continue our preview of the 2022 World Cup, and today we are speaking to a man who excited us and gave us a lot of memories on the pitch. A Ghanaian football legend, a Hartlepool legend, and a Heart of Scotland legend. Laryea Kingston, Laryea, is our guest on Sports Chat today. And my name is Perez as well. The conversation begins once we come back from this break. Welcome back from the break. This is Sports Check. My name is Perez as well. I'm speaking to Laryea Kingston. Laryea, thanks for coming out into your office.
Thanks for having me.
There is a question that I always ask players who have switched into coaching. How is the transition like from playing as an active footballer to now being in the dugout?
Oh, it's two different things because when as a player you only think about yourself and your performance, what is going to happen on the pitch. As a coach, you're thinking for, let's say if you have 25 players, you're thinking for all of them. You think about planning, you think about your periodization, you think about your weekly plan, you think about your monthly planning, you think about yearly planning, and also you think about how your team is going to perform. Also, another thing that is most important thing is for you to get used to the squad, and the squad to also get used to you. Yeah. Winning games, whatever will happen during the year is something that you should be worried about. You manage players' egos, and now coaches are managers as well, so you have to manage even your backroom staff. Sure. And all that. So, big difference. As a player, you're thinking about yourself and performance. As a coach, you're thinking about so many people.
You work with the Right to Dream Academy, and I'm sure you came across Mohamed Kudus, who is now doing so well at Ajax. When you look at the talent you saw at that young level to the player has become now, what do you think about it?
I'm not surprised at all seeing him getting to the top. I quite remember when I first visited Right to Dream, I wasn't working with them. Okay. I've been friends with Right to Dream for a long time. I wasn't working with them, so once a while I go and visit the boys. I've even adopted two of their first generation group. One is on his own, but the other one is still with me till today. Sure. I visited and I saw someone that I can see that in future will be beneficial for the country. So when I saw Kudus growing through the ranks of Right to Dream, moving to FC Nordsjælland, their feeding club in Denmark, I wasn't surprised at all. But as he grows, he has to change. Before he was playing very deep in the middle, and as he grows, his style changes, or the way Right to Dream developing changed, and also Right to Dream style of play, and the way he's playing, they started playing him as a false nine, which for me I think is a very good dimension for him, and he's doing very, very well.
Now let's come to the Blasters. Last month we played against Brazil and Nicaragua. We lost to Brazil and we defeated Nicaragua. Some say that when you are preparing for matches, the results don't matter a lot compared to the performance of the team. Based on what you watch, what are some of the lessons, what are some of the things that you spotted in those two matches?
Preparation at this crucial moment, we all know that we had just 3 games to play in the main tournament. Yeah. So already, as a technical man, I will already make Ghanaians understand that, okay, this is the team I'm going with. You know, and the players too should understand so that they will be able to reflect on what they should do. But now you're keeping the players hanging. Most countries in the world now, they know they are starting 11. Yeah. Against Brazil, we saw the team they parade against us. Yeah. Their second game against Tunisia, you saw the team did not change at all.
Sure.
Unlike us that we played with a different team. Our second game we played with a total different team as well. You know, so first of all, we should be able to know that, okay, this is the set that if anything happens, the tournament is going to start now. This is the team we're going to present to lead us.
Do you think the coaches have that? They have a clear idea of who the players will be starting for us?
Yes, of course. I'm sure that the coaches have, but we have different coaches. Some coaches too, they like to play with the players' mind. They like to play with the public mind. But for me, from my side, my opinion is it's always clear for you. Like when we were playing in the national team, my time, Ghanaians can even close their eyes and then mention the starting 11. That's how come Doya, Djokovic built the team. And we played together for some time and we had understanding among ourselves. And then we got results that qualified us to the first ever World Cup. So for me, I think we should have it now. And then also in the game itself against Brazil, we gave them too much respect.
Okay.
We gave them too much respect. Fine, it could be a game plan, but the moment, that's why in coaching, you are not a prisoner to your plan. You are not a prisoner to your approach. When you get into the game, things doesn't work, you should be able to change as soon as possible. So for me, I believe we give them too much respect. We sat and wait for them in the middle to press, but the intensity in our pressing in the middle was very low. Playing against a team like Brazil that are very good on the ball, make sure you make it difficult for them to feel comfortable on the ball. We didn't do that in the first half. But I give credit to the technical team because the second half, they realized it and they changed formation. And changing formation also helped us. Because when we are defending in our box, in our half, we have 5 at the back. Yeah. We have 4 in front and 1 in front of them. So it makes it difficult for the Brazilians to have the breakthrough. That's how come we held them for some time.
I'm happy you mentioned the second half because there are some people think that based on our performance in the second half, where we switched to a 3-5-2 in attack and a 5-4-1 in defense, there are some who think that based on the current crop of players, the best setup or the best tactics should be the 3-back system. There are others who also think that no, Ghana is known for attacking football, so we should go with the usual 4-3-3 or 4-4-2. You have watched the team. What would you suggest?
Yeah, if you say Ghana is used to attacking football, which means you are saying that if you are playing 3-back, you cannot attack. You can attack. Yes. If you are playing 3-back, when you are defending, you have 5 at the back. You have either 3 and 2 or 4 and 1, which makes it very good in defensive. But then again, when you have the ball, you will definitely have 6 or even 7 players going up. The only players that you leave at the back will be the 3 center backs. The wing back, remember, they are wingers in that formation. Yeah. When the team is in possession, they can go and join the attack. The 2 attackers up front, then you have 2 in the middle as well. So for me, I think when you are attacking in that formation, you can still push men forward because you are on the ball. Especially in the opponent half, you can leave the 3 to have the attacking balance for you, and then push the 7 to go and threaten the opponent ball. So I think it's a possibility that we should use it, especially the type of players that we have. Especially you have Salisu there, you have Jeku, and Amate, who have played very well together for some time. Salisu is a player that you won't be able to put him out. Jeku too will be solid. Amate will be solid. So go for 3-back, and you have wing backs that can go and punish. Tariq Lamptey, he can go. Odoi himself, he can also go forward. If you go to the left back, Mabaraman is a bit slow, but he can also sometimes go up and then cause surprises.
Even Gideon Mensah is equally.
Gideon Mensah as well. Gideon Mensah at the moment currently is more athletic than Mabaraman. So look at, if you have Gideon Mensah on the left wing back, Tariq Lamptey on the right, you have players, numbers that can go up front and then go and punish the opponent. So, like I said, you are right. We can stick to our back 3 because we have the type of players that can play for us.
Now let's come to the group itself. We've been paired against Uruguay, Portugal, and South Korea. Let's take them country by country. Now we are coming up against Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal. We played them in the 2014 World Cup. We lost by 2-1. You look at the current crop of Portuguese players, Rafael Leao, Bernardo Silva, unfortunately Diego Jota yesterday was screwed up, but they still have a number of talents. How should we approach that game? What are some of the things that you would want to see in that game, and how can we shackle the Portuguese attack so that we don't concede, or at least even if we concede, they don't humiliate us?
We take the game to every opponent. I don't know whether maybe that's my style, that's why I'm saying that. But other coaches too have different thoughts. But with me, I want my team to gain total control over the game. Throughout the game, we want to dominate everywhere. So I want to attack. So going into the Portugal game, especially they have players that if you are sitting back, they can unlock your defense.
Yeah.
Especially you're playing against a team that they are very good, they will be patient. You frustrate them at some point, but they will be patient. Ask yourself if you can hold them throughout the 90 minutes. So it's always good to take the game to the opponent and see how they also deal with that.
But there is a big question of how do we stop Ronaldo from scoring? Even in 2014, Kokubon Sam said he was going to do juju and he would score, but he still managed to score. Of course, at Manchester United, he's not been playing as regularly, but we still know that Ronaldo on any good day can do that damage. How do we stop Ronaldo from scoring against them? I'm a type of coach that I don't focus on opponent individual players. Okay. Because I believe it's a team sport. Individual players, of course, he have his qualities, but the way my team will perform will silence him. Okay. Totally. Because definitely the Black Stars will have their defensive principles and their attacking principles governing everything in the opponent half and in their half as well. So Ronaldo, big player. The only problem that I will have with him when he's getting close to our box, and we have Jiku, who is very strong in the air. We have Salisu that have stopped world top class strikers for the past years. So I don't see us having problem at all. Ronaldo is a big player. You can't take anything away from him. But the focus should be on the team performance, but not on individual. All right, thank you very much, Laryea Kingston. We are going for a break and when we come back, we are going to look at Uruguay, South Korea, and talk about other interesting aspects of the game. His favorite song, his favorite Black Stars player, and his favorite moment in the national team. Yes, this is Sports Check. I'll be back. Welcome back from the break. This is Sports. My name is Perez as well. In the first half of the show, we spoke to Laryea Kingston about how to deal with Portugal, his coaching, and that things. Now let's look at Uruguay. There are a lot of people. As soon as the draw is done, it's like, oh, it's time to get on over Luis Suarez to revenge 2010. Should we go into the game with that mindset of revenge, or should we approach this as a normal game? It should be as a game of revenge, because Suarez cost us. So it's a payback time. I think for me, that's what is going to motivate us more. Wouldn't that prove to them pressure on the players rather too? Pressure is good. Okay. Pressure is good. For me, I believe pressure brings the best out of me. So pressure is good. Pressure can make you and break you. It depends on how you deal with it. So for me, pressure is very good. If there is pressure on them, they know that there is something at stake. That's when if there is no pressure, that's when complacency will set in, and then before they realize the game is over. So for me, I think it should be a game of what? Revenge. But they cost us to go past the quarterfinal stage to make history. Where were you that day when that happened? Do you remember? Yeah, I remember. I was watching. I was home watching. I was supposed to be there though, but it did not happen. How was the feeling like? When Asamoah made that penalty, what was your initial reaction? And looking at the minutes to the game was already over. So you look at these situations and you be like, it's not meant to be. Because when you look at Asamoah, he did everything right.
The power behind the ball, the spot he picked, everything was right. The goalkeeper was not even close to the ball, but he hit the woodwork. So for me, I felt it's not meant to be. He did everything right, but
did you cry though?
Not really.
But I spoke to John.
Really,
I spoke to John
Pinto. I
spoke to John Pinto. He said on the bus, almost all the players
they were crying. They were crying because they know that they were just small to make history. You know, to make history. So everyone will be disappointed.
We'll come to why you were not part of the squad, but let's go to South Korea. Some people feel that they are the easiest in the group. Based on what I've seen of them, I think that they pose the biggest threat because they afforded 3. I think they have a solid team. When you say a team that has a plan, that know what they do, should we be scared of 2? But should we, South Korea, should we underrate them? So, for South Korea, apart from Son Heung-min, they don't have players. So, or should we take that game seriously?
Now, where I'm sitting now, James doesn't play football anymore. James doesn't play football anymore. Now the dimension of the game is changing. You have a lot of coaches that, when it comes to tactics, they understand they can steady the opponent and have a strategy to beat them. So mentioning South Korea, yes, and again in this tournament there is no underdog in the tournament. You don't have to underrate anybody in that tournament because football has become very tactical now. So the team that will be tactically disciplined and perform well on the day will surely carry the day. You know, so yes, I know people will say, okay, South Korea, but they are also playing good football. They've been in the system. They've been in the World Cup for some time now, so they understand the terrain as well. So they are a team that every opponent that will meet them have respect for them.
I mean, based on, we've looked at all the 3 teams in our groups and how Ghana is going to play. We feel that we should go with a 3-back system. Based on the current squad we have now, looking at our opponents, are you confident that we'll be able to sail through to the next round?
In our group?
Yes, we'll be able to qualify to the
Yes, that's our aim. That's our aim. Every team that goes into that tournament, their aim is to go beyond the stage. Talking of Ghana that have been there three times, this is their 4th time. So they also know the terrain and they know that they have to. The first time we don't believe that we'll go to the next round.
Sure.
And then what happened? We went past it. Our second time, it's the same. You know, so for me, I think we have what it takes to go through our group because the Portugal we played them in 2014 was very close, to Portugal. So, and Uruguay, we beat them. We dominated play. We should have killed the game even in the first half. So for me, I think we'll be able to go through. And I see Ghana, Uruguay going through there.
Portugal will make it to the next round?
I don't think so.
Wow.
I don't think so.
If we are to go through, I know you say you don't board your team around names, but whether we like it or not, every team has a spine. The generation of your Black Stars had a spine. John Mensah, Mike Lacey, yourself, Slogan Tire, that was the spine. If we are to impress at the World Cup, which players need to step up? For which players are we counting on to step up for Ghana to be able to push us to the next round?
You forgot about our goalkeeper that time. You know, yes, that's the most important place. If the ball passes the goalkeeper, then you lose. You score 10, but you concede.
Slogan Tire said during that time, whenever the ball passed Ghana, he wasn't worried because he knew
Olele was there. So first of all, we need to look at our goalkeeping department. It looks like we've not had someone that we believe in. You know, so I believe by this time we should have it. So the most important place will be the goalkeeping department. Of course, looking at the team that we have, we all have to pray for Thomas Partey to be fit. Yeah. We all know, even Arsenal, if he's not there, you can see the team is not the same.
I'm an Arsenal fan. Whenever we're playing and he's not in Charlie, I get worried. He's like, for me, he's the most important player for Arsenal.
Yeah.
And I feel he can be the most important player for Ghana.
I agree.
The difference between the Arsenal team when Partey is playing and when it's not playing is huge.
Yes.
And if we are even going to win the league or even make top 4, I think it's Partey. So I agree with you perfectly that Ghana really needs Partey.
Yes, you can see against Brazil. when he pulled out of in the warm up, you can see everything, the planning and everything, like got missing. So for me, I think he's the most important player in the team. We need to focus and help him to lead the team. You know.
What about the attack line? What are the likes of Kudus? Who are some of the players that you are counting on to step up for?
Kudus, of course. Kudus in the attacking force, and I see Iñaki Williams with his experience and him being the consistency that he put up in the La Liga. I believe he's going to bring a lot for us. You know, so we look at Iñaki Williams leading the attack, Kudus Mohamed, Pate, and then we find a solid goalkeeper for that.
We spoke about the striking line, and this will be a controversial question. Your friend Asamoah, he said that if he is able to prove fitness, we should add him to this. But he would like to be part of the team. Do we think that Asamoah at this age or at this time is someone that should be considered?
First of all, he has to be active, and he's not been active for some time now. So adding him to the squad, it won't be fair on the country and then some of the players at all. And then again, football, sometimes you can play football at home. You've been out for some time now, you can play football at home, but when you get to the bigger stage, you need to be 100% fit. Not only fit, but you should have much fitness, because the energy you put in the game is even different from what you put in trainings. So for me, that question, I don't think it should be possible, because he himself knows that he's not fit. He's not been playing actively, and we need active players to be called to our national teams.
Okay. Now there are some people who also argue that we should have some local players in the squad, in the final 26. Do you think we should just pick players just for the play in the local league, or it should be based on quality? Or you think that because it's a national team, if there are certain players who have proved in the local league that they can play, we should at least one or two to the squad?
Yeah, it's a Ghana thing, and every Ghanaian player is qualified to play. And you talk about our local league, if someone is performing well and the coach in charge believe that he have what it takes to help his squad achieve something, why not? Efini Bania is part of the squad now. He's a local player. We can still, if another player is there in the coach field, he can help. Why not? They are all Ghanaians. If you can go outside Ghana and bring players that grew up in Europe to come and play for us, why not our league? We should also do that.
Let me go back to 2010, and we are coming to your incident. How did you find out that you were not going to be part of the team for the World Cup?
A day before we play Holland, a day before we actually leaving to the tournament, that's when I was told that I will not be part of it. The management called me in the evening, around 9 after our dinner. They called me for a meeting, and I got to the room and I saw like we are in cabinet, you know. They posted, oh, okay. And I was like, wow, something is going to happen. And then they told me, no, this is the end of the road. We have a lot of games to play. I said, no, I don't have any more future with the national team again, because I feel I was aging, and that tournament will be my last tournament for the national team, so that I'll be focused on my club football.
So what was your initial reaction when you were told that lie?
I was disappointed. I was disappointed because 2006, I did everything to qualify the team. It did not happen. 2010 too, the same. I did everything to qualify the team. Again, I was dropped again, so I was totally shattered. I was disappointed, because every player's dream is to play in the World Cup. Today, if you ask me if I'm satisfied with my career, I'll be yes, apart from the World Cup.
I personally think that we weren't treated fairly. I have a policy, and I always say that for me, there are certain players that when they show dedication and patriotism to the Black Stars, at some point when they also need the national team, you should also give them the platform. That's why I particularly wasn't worried when Mubarak Wakaso was invited for the recent game, because I feel he has been dedicated, he committed, and if you feel that giving him the Black Stars for some 2 games will allow him recover his confidence, we should do that. That's my policy. That's why I feel that the country wasn't fair fair to you, but it's going on now. We're coaching.
Yeah. You never know. Maybe I will be there as a coach, right?
I mean, do you dream of coaching?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. It's one of the things that pushed me to go into coaching, because I felt what I should do in football, even though I'm satisfied, I'm not done with that.
And if
I have to be in the World Cup.
You win with the World Cup with Ghana?
Yeah, if it's possible. If I'm there, we take it a game at a time and we'll get there.
Now let's go back to your playing career. So you played with Mike Layson, so that was like a galaxy of stars. You had some of the best footballers we've seen.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite amongst them? Who was like your closest, your friend, aside maybe your brother Olele?
Stephen Appiah. Stephen Appiah, because we all grew up together. Stephen Appiah grew up in Choko. I grew up in Jamestown, Buko. And when we were young, we knew each other when we were like 8, 9 years.
Okay.
Till today. So it's like when Stephen was in Choko, he was playing for Mighty V3 coach team. I was playing for Cowling Babies. And the rivalry between us was huge. You know, I want to perform well against him. And he also wants to perform well. He has his fans. Those days is crazy. I have my own fans, Jamestown. I have my friend Stephen Appiah to Choko. He have his fans there. So we've known each other for a while. And when we get to the national team, it makes it easy. Michael Essien, Sule Mutari too, they've been together with Sly Tete. So they also have that love between them. So that's why I wasn't surprised at all that we understood each other very well. That's why the people name us like quartet. Yeah. You know, so Stephen Appiah was someone that.
So let's say you guys were like brothers.
Yes. Me and Stephen, we share everything. Okay. Everything together. Yeah.
And what about your brother? What's the relationship? How?
Yeah, he's my big brother. You know, he's my big brother. But as we grow, you know, then the respect started piling up.
Yeah.
So we talk, but the way I will go with Stephen Appiah, I won't be able to go. My brother too will not feel comfortable. If I'm around, he cannot do certain things. If my brother is around, but we are cool.
It's like that with brothers. I mean, at some point, it become so. But my last few questions. Do you follow Ghanaian music?
Ghanaian music? Yeah.
So who is your favorite musician?
Shatta.
Hey. And your favorite Shatta lesson?
Oh, I have a lot. I don't have one. Even Bandana from Ghana.
The way back.
Yeah.
You can sing
even that one too. Oh, I forget the lyrics. I'm not a good singer as well. And also Kofi Kenata.
Oh.
You know, I love his song.
What about Kenata that you like?
He's calm, you know, and Shatta is so hot and cold, you know. If I want giddy sound, yes, Shatta. But Kofi Kenata, his songs are very cool, and the lyrics inside is well educated.
My last question though, you are into coaching now. What should we expect from Laryea Kingston, the coach?
I want Ghanaians to see what I can bring on board. I have my style, and all I need is opportunity. Everyone needs opportunity. Everyone needs this opportunity to show what you have in his team. I've taken my journey in my coaching journey a day at a time. I've taken my steps very well to educate myself to where I am now, and I've not stopped. I'm still pushing. I did my CAF B license, did my UEFA B license, and now I'm on my UEFA A license. So I want to educate myself to the highest level to understand the dynamics of the game, because the game keeps changing. If you stop, then people will come and pass you. So my aim is to educate myself well and pass it on to Ghana football.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
So this is Sports Check, and we'll be speaking to the legend Laryea Kingston. So we'll come here with another edition. My name is Perez. Welcome. Upon.
Hey, that's how you wrap up Japon. Child.
you.